In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with y'all a stock that might go crazy tomorrow and why y'all should keep it in your radar. We're also going to be doing an update on some of the stocks that I've mentioned in the last video. Now, let's dive into ThinkorSwim right off the bat. We got the NASDAQ futures. And so far, we're testing all-time highs again, which is good. I'm not bearish at all. I'm really not, and neither should you. Trying to short this market right now is to fight a trend, a very bullish, a very strong trend. You don't want to be trying to short and trying to force a trade down here. You really don't. Unless the market gives you clear signals that it's gonna like reverse, unless the bears are actually in control of the markets, trying to short it is a lose-lose. So try not to do that, at least not this week. All right, maybe in 2 or 3 weeks, maybe, but it all depends on what the market decides to give us. So as of right now, the NASDAQ, I think it just breached 23,400. Next point is 23,500. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of news articles being ready to be published tomorrow morning when it hits it, and I think it will hit it tomorrow morning. You'll see. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the NASDAQ. Let's check out QQQ. How does that translate over? Now with QQQ, that one I think is a little bit of an easier chart. Like if you look on the 5 minute, yeah, if you look on the 5 minutes, and the sell-off that occurred on, this was what, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, yeah, Tuesday, that occurred because of this right there, the breakdown. People panicked, sell off, right? And then dip buyer stepped in near 559. They stepped in again yesterday, 559. And then I think this is from Google earnings, which crushed earnings, spiked, and then today we were holding up. Right now, the only thing that's really holding the QQQ back is this level of resistance right at 566. Okay, the more the resistance line gets tested, the more likely it is to be broken. All right, so tomorrow, regardless of where it opens, whether it opens above the line or below the line, be patient and watch for this thing to actually break, because it will break. All right, if it does so out the gates, then we can see a massive move all the way up to 570, which would correlate perfectly with the futures of 23,500, maybe even 23,550. All right, if you see that. But yeah, I am bullish on QQQ, and I think it's going to continue going higher. Now, the stock that you should be keeping in your radar for a massive move to the upside, that stock is going to be Google. Yeah. Now, I want to share Google because it just had earnings. I had big expectations. I actually gambled through earnings. I gambled one contract and I ended up losing like 80 bucks. Yeah, I gambled on the C285, like the 205 calls. It was like 115 bucks, and I sold it for like 20 bucks out the gate. Again, I told you before, like holding anything through earnings is 150% gambling. But I had to do it. I really had to do it. Why? Because when you compare both QQQ and Google should be much higher. And I thought that market makers were gonna use this as an excuse to really pump the stock all the way up to like 210. I really believe so. That's why I gambled through earnings, and I took a loss, and that's fine. That's perfectly okay. All right, but that's besides the point. For this video, I'm telling you, this thing is actually gonna make a turnaround. The good news is the contracts got demolished, all of them, right? So we got 90 more days of, actually no, not 90 more days, more like 80 more days. No, more like, yeah, 80 more days of like cheap contracts to trade with until the contracts get inflated again when it's time for this thing to report once again. All right, but for now, I like Google. There was a massive ascending triangle on the charts. I took a trade before, like during this week, because of the breakout above 181. but I couldn't trade it this week because of earnings until it was time for me to gamble. All right. Um, I had a price target of like 197 when it broke out here, and then it kind of hit today. But I don't think it's over yet because there's a gap on the left that needs to get filled. And the good part is the bottom portion of that gap got taken care of. This is the bottom portion. We opened today at 197. And then we flushed down. Actually, this might not be. Okay, yeah. So this is the gap. This is the whole gap from here to here. Right here. All right. From 203 to 192. And this is where Google is at. So keep very close eye on Google and watch this thing play games like this, allowing the SMA to catch up, and then for the squeeze. All right, this might be this is gonna start either tomorrow or it's gonna start on like Monday or Tuesday. And by start, I'm talking about the way it's going to turn around. So definitely keep your eyes on Google. I see it. I like it. I like that the contracts finally got cheap again. So yeah, I'll be looking for this one for sure tomorrow if there is a day trading opportunity for me. Now the next one that I want to share with y'all, which also might do some crazy tomorrow, that stock is PLTR. Now PLTR is really testing the all-time highs. It really is. And I'm sure there's a lot of, that's loud. I'm sure there is a lot of shorts right here in these three candles. There are a lot of shorts and they're early. Like I wouldn't even want to touch this thing right now, right? I really wouldn't. Yeah, it's overbought, but that's not where I would want to short it. I don't think it's parabolic enough. I don't think it's vertical enough, right? And I think shorting here is very, very dangerous. If you short in here, you're gonna get squeezed. I'm telling you now. All right. It has earnings coming up on the 4th of August, which probably gonna propel the stock even higher. But for tomorrow, watch for the squeeze above 155.68. If that happens, then we will be in price discovery mode and we will be heading towards 160. Okay, like set an alert right here, just like I'm doing right here. Do create and then do create. When it rings, watch for opportunity. Watch for opportunity. All right, the next one that we gotta look at in today's video. Let's see how much time we have. Yeah, we got time. That stock is going to be none other than Tesla. And I'm gonna clean up the chart. That way we can start fresh. Oh, nope. There you go. All right, now with Tesla, this is very unfortunate. I'm sure a lot of people were very hopeful and were waiting for Tesla to go all the way up to 190. But unfortunately, this thing got clapped and it went all the way down to 300, which is good news for anybody who is on the sidelines and good news for traders because the contracts, just like Google, the contracts on Tesla got really, really cheap. So I'll be looking at that one very closely tomorrow as well. I like it. I like the fact that it's down to 300. When we look at the 4 hour, the fact that it didn't test that line is a bit dangerous because a different perspective would mean that this thing could actually collapse all the way down to 240, which is unlikely. All right, but we still have to wait, and the stock still is gonna have to make its decision. All right, it's like this already is very sloppy to me because we didn't get that touch through earnings. It's very, very sloppy. So the next thing is this. Where does the structure start from? Obviously, with time, it will become much, much obvious, right? But where does it start from? Since we don't know, don't gamble through it. All right, the 4 hour is not the time frame to be trading. What you want to be looking for is something a little bit more closer. You want to look for something intraday. All right, and you want to spot where the resistance line, the support line is. So that's the support line. We know it, we see it, we like it. And obviously at these lows, we don't want to be short. We don't. At least not immediately. You wanna watch, you wanna wait for this thing to actually like just chill and show new structures. I think it's going to chill in here before it gets out in the middle of August. That's what I think. All right. I don't think we're gonna get back below 300. I highly doubt it, and I'll be shocked if we did. All right. Right now the setup is looking decent. It's not great, and it's very incomplete, and there's a lot of questions that we just don't have the answers to. Right. So taking any major moves, whether to the long side or to the short side, is gambling, because the market didn't give us enough information yet. So just chill out. All right, just chill out. Yeah, so I think we're gonna bounce. It's already up at 307. Again, the contracts looks really good. Like if it showed me something good, like a good bullish pennant or a good ascending triangle intraday for a day trade, I might make some money on Tesla tomorrow. If it doesn't, then I just want to trade it. But yeah, this is definitely something that you want to keep your eyes on. And this is the update, just to let you guys know where we stand in regards to the bigger picture. So don't panic, long-term investors. I'm sure you're loving this discount, and you're gonna buy it anyways, right? Like the ultimate goal is to sell it above 400 again, because I think it is gonna go above 400 again. I think it's just my opinion. That's what I think. So it's my honest thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Do not forget to annihilate the like button. As always, I try to make these videos from Sunday to Thursday at 8 p.m. I know I didn't make a lot of videos this week. I mean, I know. The market was moving in weird fashion, and a lot of the moves were happening overnight anyways. Like as soon as I buy this thing, immediately split. Like all the opportunities can be intraday, so it's very tricky. But today I felt like it was a good time to talk about some of the major stocks like Tesla and Google, which reported earnings and will provide an opportunity to get paid. So keep your eyes on them. Definitely click on that subscribe button and click on the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where I can get all of this information in real time as I see them, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. Don't forget to follow me on social media at Paul and Goodman and Patternology Lab on Instagram and on X. And lastly, to get some free stocks with Webull, you can use the third link in the description of the video below. What's good, ladies and gentlemen? This is Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video.